Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new piece of Astro software that has been released called Astro Armory. This is a astronomy equipment inventory management. So if you have a bunch of different cameras, different telescopes, and you want to basically just figure out like how all these things fit together, you should be able to do it with this tool. I haven't tried it yet. We're going to be exploring it together, so let's dive into it. Here's the tool, Astro Armory version 1.0.0. So, again, the idea is that you put all your equipment in here, and we're going to be able to create basically a diagram, and it should automatically check for things like back focus issues, or blah, blah, blah. All these kind of things should kind of be checked. So, I guess we're going to start in the inventory. Telescopes, lens, OTA, main cameras. So what if we go and say add equipment? Okay, so now we can add a new telescope. Let's actually add like that right there, just the main scope, right? Okay, so I just pulled up the spec sheets for it here. Found it on Astroshop. They still have it because I can't remember all the stats for it and the weight and stuff like that. OTA weight, tube weight is 2.5 kilograms. So let's go and basically, we're just gonna put in all our information here about the telescope. Can we like delete this? Okay, we can. Can we use numpad? No, numpad. Oh, there we go. Okay, we can put in notes. The aperture of it is, I can't remember, 430. And there is a reducer on it, but I can see we can't add that manually afterwards. So we're just gonna put the aperture at 430. Oh, so that's the focal length. Jesus. Aperture is obviously 73 millimeters. Focal ratio. It's fun. This should calculate that on its own, but okay. Fair enough. We got a telescope in here. Okay, so I have been basically adding a lot of my equipment now. It's a little tedious when you have to sit and type everything in manually. I would kind of wish that some of the more generic things were like already here. For instance, if we take controllers and computers, right? It's. I mean, I had to go and look up the weight of a Stellar Vita and an ASIR to put those in. I just put like things in, but like stuff like that. I mean, it could be nice if they had like a catalog of predefined things. It's gonna make things a little easier, at least for more common things. But they have a lot here. You can see here we have, of course, main telescopes, we have main cameras, we have guide scopes specifically on their own. Guide cameras, got my mount in here. One thing I noticed with the mount when you put it in, especially with these newer harmonic strain wave that has one load capacity for with and one without counterweights. And if I go in here, I can really only put in, whoops, that was not right. There, I can really only put in a payload capacity and a recommended payload capacity. It would be nice if it could be with and without counterweights. What I've done now is just added the same twice with both. I also noticed, and I don't know if it's just me, but there's basically categories for everything, even cables. You can put in your cables, so you can put in your weight here, and I guess that's for the packing list we're going to be looking at later. I haven't actually put in my autofocuser, so we're going to have to run without that. Temperature control. There's nothing here for filter wheels. Unless that goes under flatness or if it goes under spacers and adapters. Let's go under spacer and adapters. Spacer. Extension chute. There's thread converter. No. So I just put my filter wheel in under filters, but it's clearly not meant to it because it's put in like, what is it, narrow band, dual band. You're meant to put your filters in here, but I'm missing filter wheels. But anyway, I put in a ton of equipment. So let's go into a dashboard and let's try to see we can create a rig. So we're gonna call this rig for VO wide field, and that's gonna be with the William Optics Star 73. What do we do now? Okay, so the mount. Let's say we put that on the mount without a counterweight. I have the small unit guide on here. I have that camera there. I have my ASIR Plus on that. Temperature control, autofocus. I haven't put that in. Accessory, I put that. Okay, let's put that in. Please add at least one item. Oh, can I just go like add? Oh, so now I'm building my my optical train here, of course. Ah, okay, that makes sense. So what do I have on this? I have that, and then I have a filter. And after the filter, let's say that I add a rotator. I add the CAA in there. Okay. Okay, now we have a setup. Now the question is, did it then calculate my back focus? Oh, I forgot something. Can I edit it? Edit rec, because I also have, after that, I have the Williams Optics Sets S73 field flattener. Okay, so this is interesting, right? Now we can see here in the summary, we can see the name and we can see everything out here with the focal ratio, which has been correctly calculated and recalculated based on the reducer that I put in. This is 0.08 reducer. We can also see here that it says here that my payload capacity is high because we're at 85% payload capacity right now with the setup as it is right now, without the counterweight. And it also shows here that the back focus is like I'm 2.8 millimeters short, which is fine because actually this reducer here you can actually adjust. There's some adjustments in it, so you can adjust that out. So it's actually perfect. But that's fine. Optical train spacings, it shows what each individual items do. What warnings? Okay, I was gonna say I would have liked if some of these values here were like highlighted, like you say, oh, this one should go yellow because we're a little high on load for this mount as it is right now, and also the back focus here. You know, we're running a little bit, we're a bit off here, but it actually shows down here. Ooh, okay, so now that's funny. Look at this. Under the costs tab, condition used. Purchase price. Do you guys want to guess what I paid for my Alt-Air Photo Newtonian? It's actually called the Photo Newtonian. That's the name, the brand name of it. I paid 140 for that. Estimated value, I don't know. Purchase date, can't remember. Vendor order number, wow. Okay, so if I put that in there. So now if I go to rig, I can now see, because I begin to add, and of course I can take all the drop downs here again, and I can add the what did I buy? Because I bought a lot of my equipment secondhand. It would be interesting to go in and put in the price. Go out, and then you can actually see what your rigs have cost you to build. That's actually quite. But that also means if I go into inventory, let's say that I want a new telescope. And I had a new telescope. Let's say that I didn't own the Williams Optics. I guess I could go down here to cost. And then I could take telescopes, and I could take the Zenith Star, and I could go edit, and I could say that it is planned. Oh, you can also say what you sold it for. Ooh, if you're selling your equipment, it's a full-on. Okay, so now it's listed here as planned. Again, here I would like to be... Okay, you can actually sort by it. Okay, some kind of filtering options in here would be really nice to be able to, like, say, hey, I want to see all the stuff that I'm planning to buy. Give me a list of it. So, like a shopping list, kind of. I want to see... Set that back to owned. Projects, what that is all about. So if we make a new project, let's call this one for you target. I don't know. 31. Status in progress, final image path, okay. Thumbnail, optional. Integration, 0 hours. Final image path, thumbnail path. This feels incomplete to me. Or maybe I'm just too dumb. Because I just linked to one of my images just to see what it would do. But am I stupid? Captured? How do I set the integration time? That feels like... Oh, hold on, I can open up the project like that. Okay. Oh, okay. So... Back to gallery. Okay, so I can click in on a project there, and now it opens up my picture. But let's say that this was a work in progress, and we could just download a random picture and use that as a thumbnail. So let's say I add a session. Okay, yeah, and there was session today. Oh, and now I say, okay, I was shooting this with my wide field rig, and it was shoot at, okay, I give it Bortle, I think that's around a Bortle 3, sky, seeing, don't know, transparency, moon phase, can't remember, there was a long I can't remember what day I shot it on. I'll probably look it up, but I do record it. Okay, no filter. Okay, and then you take your filters and you go like, okay, I shot like light. Okay, let's say sub count. Let's say I shot like, I don't know, 20 of those, and let's go save that session. So now you can see, okay, I was shooting this from this location, blah, 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 keeping a whole log of it. And if I then go back to projects, I probably got, if I refresh, yeah. So now we actually got some integration time on it. And I can then also go into my project settings and say, oh, this is still in progress, complete. So I'm planning it, I'm in progress, I'm done with the capture, I'm working on processing it, and I'm done. Okay, so that would be, let's say I'm currently capturing it. Okay, that's actually pretty neat. I like that. There are a few things I would love to see here was the ability to, because if I have a lot of targets I want to shoot. So you can see if I go in here to my telescopes, I have different like filters. Right now I'm shooting narrow bands. I have both a list of narrow band targets because it depends on where I'm going. I have RGB targets. I also have lists based on location. So I say, okay, for this location I want to try to shoot this. So you could do it based on rigs. And like being able to somehow, and you can see if I added all these different things I wanted to take pictures of in here to this list here, this list would get very long. So some kind of folder structure in here, so I could say, okay, I'm gonna make different folders with subfolders in there. Another thing that I think would be nice in here would also be the ability, if you go into and edit the project, to set a date, let's say I want to shoot Orion, right? And I can see Orion in the winter, so I would probably say, okay, I can see Orion from, I can't remember exactly. Let's say I can see it from October till January or whatever. So then I could put in the dates and say, these are the dates in between that I want to be able to take these pictures. So I could see whether I'd be able to actually shoot that target in that, say I can shoot the target in that period. And then against some filter options where I could then go and say, okay, I'm gonna jump in and I want to see a filter, but I only want to see targets that I can shoot in the given period that I'm asking for. So I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm gonna be linking to it in the description below if you want to check this out yourself. I think it's a pretty cool tool. For version 1.0.0, it's quite neat. Give it a few iterations, some more feature updates, and there's definitely something going on here that could be very, very cool. I would love to know what you guys think. Post it in the comment section below. And go check out Astro Armory yourself if you have way too many telescopes and way too much stuff and you want to be able to figure all that out. If I, with my hydrogen alpha filter, with my equipment at my location, want to see the main extent of this nebula, as the sun sets, it's gonna switch automatically blend between our daytime and our nighttime image, so that we have now